It's your boy Fight One Goose, AB Boxing News, and I'm so like confused. Like I'm in a process where like maybe my girl just stumped me. Like I just seen today, right? And before I start saying something, I just want to comment everybody that did get inducted to the International Boxing Hall of Fame this year. Congratulations to Floyd Mayweather, Layla Ali, Andre Ward, Klitschko, and Wolf, and I forgot what was the other person top of my head. But like, I just don't know how Miguel Cotto just got snubbed. Like, somebody explain to me, like how. My question is, who are choosing who are these people picking to determine who is eligible for this international hall of fame, like how are we basing these merits? Like, are we looking at records? Are we looking at resumes? Are we looking at what they've achieved in the sport, not just the sport or outside sport? Like, I'm just trying to figure out. And you know I I would say Floyd and Layla Ali definitely 100% deserve it over Miguel Cotto. Like, if I have to rank them, it would be Floyd, Layla, right? And then the and Wolf, I'll give her, because I think that's like part of the trainer bracket. And then you have Klitschko and Andre Ward. And Andre Ward, um, like I said, no knock to anybody. He definitely had a Hall of Fame career. He fought to be, yeah. So like, this is no knock to Andre Ward. I feel like um, I don't know, man. Miguel Cotto just, he's been in the game for a minute, bro. Like, he's fought the best, and not, if not the great, one of the greatest divisions of all time. Like, I know he fought at 40, at I think even 35, and then 47, 54. Like, when he was at 47, like, things were red hot. He fought Manny Pacquiao, he got knocked out. Fought Floyd. Even Floyd said it. Miguel Cotto was one of his toughest fights. So it's like, I mean, he's achieved a lot. Like, remember, he fought Margarito. For me, when I think about a Hall of Famer, I think about, of course, a record. What have you produced in the boxing world, right? What have you, what memories have you given us as boxing fans to remember for the next 60, 80, 90 years, I looked at pay-per-view numbers. Um, you know, Floyd, by far, Miguel Cotto is a pay-per-view star in his own right, but he doesn't top Floyd Mayweather's numbers. Now, if you was to ask me, does he top? I think he's a big. I feel like he's a bigger star than Klitschko. If I go out on the street, do you know Miguel Cotto? They'll probably know him. But if you say Klitschko, they won't know him. He's definitely a bigger pay-per-view star than Andre Ward, and this is no knock to Andre Ward, because I think Andre Ward's career was hindered to his a bad contract, and him being not able to fight for like a year or two. So I think that really hurt him, and I believe that my man Andre Ward, I think he retired too early. I feel like Andre Ward could have still been, if not pound for pound fighter of today's boxing. But his decision to retire for whatever reason, I mean, that's his choice. No knock on him, but like I said, he definitely deserves to be Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see I just don't understand how Miguel Cotto got snubbed. Like, Miguel Cotto was a pay-per-view star. Miguel Cotto was the face of Puerto Rico. Like, he had a whole island behind him, right? And then he was known in the in the U.S., and then I'm pretty sure he was known all around the world. So, and then nobody will ever forget the time that Antonio Margarito just smothered him, ate him, took his soul out. Um, and to know, a year later or so, Margarito had, illegal hand wraps with the plasters and whatnot. And we all know Miguel Cotto was never the same, right? And don't forget, right? Canelo Alvarez turned into the face of boxing, facing the last, the last one of the last boxers, right? One of the last pay-per-view stars of boxing in their era, in their prime. Miguel Cotto 2015, right? Canelo needed that fight. Canelo needed that fight to solidify his pound, not pound for pound, but he needed to solidify his um, face of boxing stardom against a Miguel Cotto. He needed that, just like Floyd needed De La Hoya, that passing of the torch, even though De La Hoya didn't want to pass that torch, right? But he beat him. He beat him the right way, his own at Oscar's weight and whatnot. Like, even though that fight with Canelo and Cotto was at 155, and for the WBC title at middleweight, even at a catchweight, whatever. But the fact that Canelo still needed Cotto to elevate himself to the next level should tell you enough the significance of a Miguel Cotto in boxing. Like, I could make a whole chart and talk to you about like why Miguel Cotto should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, don't get me wrong, Miguel Cotto. This doesn't mean he isn't going to ever be in the Hall of Fame, because um, I just think that like I feel like fans are gonna tarnish his career now. Like it's just crazy. Thank you, Chill Boxing Talk. Appreciate it, man. Um, yeah. Nah, yeah, Chill Boxing Talk. I like what you're doing too, bro. But this is, like I said, I don't want to knock no man, because that's not what I'm about, bro. But it's just like, if we're gonna be like firm, like like I said, Andre Ward just retired too early, bro. He like I if Andre Ward was come back right now, hands down, pound for pound. But anyways, um, it's just baffling, man. Like it's just crazy. But what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? This is part of life. Um, do I have to live with it? Well, I don't have to live with it, because I ain't a Hall of Famer. But for my eyes, I don't care what anybody says. Like, for me, Miguel Cotto's a Hall of Fame this year. Like, I don't care. You could somebody try to argue with me. Like, tell me why he's not a Hall of Famer right now. Like, I don't know how. Like, somebody tell me why he's not a Hall of Famer. Like, give me a reason to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man has done it all. Yes, he lost to Saddam Ali 2017. Um, Mind you, he did have a bicep injury, right? But it was still a close fight. And Saddam is a guy that trains in my gym. We train together. We train together, and I know the preparation took him to get to that fight. But like I said, Cotto's just been in so many wars, man. Like, I could just think of four fights in my head, thinking about it. Man, like, that was fire. And another thing, now that I'm thinking about Cotto and all this celebrity boxing, like, I ain't gonna shit on it, because I'm a YouTuber. Trill Boxing Talk is a YouTuber. And matter of fact, I think all media boxing brothers should fucking go at it, and let's fucking make money for charity to our communities. I think that would be dope. That's one thing that I like about like boxing, because we're able to change everybody's life. You feel me? But I just don't like all these celebrities trying to, not to say mock boxing, because I don't think it's mocking boxing. I just don't want it to be like where everybody goes up grabs for just money. Like, if you're gonna fight, get it on, man. Don't fight in the streets. Fight and raise for charity for your hood, for your communities. That's just me. But Miguel Cotto is a living legend. He still promotes. Like I said, I don't know how frequent, how often he promotes his shows and who he's mentoring and whatnot. But I know he's a good person. I met him maybe like 4 times, and he's a very private person. That's one thing I will say about Miguel Cotto, and I think that rubs people sometimes the wrong way. I took it the first time because I looked at Miguel Cotto as like one of my favorite fighters growing up. So I was disappointed, but once I understood Miguel Cotto as the person in the boxer, then it is what it is. But he's a good human being. Like I said, he's changed a lot of lives. He's gave us a lot of memories, and I mean, he's definitely making it next year, because if he doesn't make it next year, man, oh my god, oh my god, if Miguel Cotto does not make it next year, I'm going. I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm out. I'm out. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. And just guys, just somebody comment below why he didn't deserve to be Hall of Fame. I'm just curious, guys. But thank you, guys, and we'll see what happens. Peace, guys.